Hello everyone, Gaara here and welcome to a brand new deck tech video. Today I'll be talking about my Shaman. I'm already legendary on EU and now I'm climbing to legend on NA as well, and I've been using Shaman recently. It's a pretty standard deck for Naxxramas, and a lot of people are asking me about the Shaman I'm using, and I used a similar deck in the Prismatic Cup, and even though the new wing came out, I haven't changed this deck very much, and let's just jump right into the deck list. I have double Earthshock, pretty standard. This card is more important than ever. Silence is very important. That there's so many Death Rattle minions in the game right now. Like almost every single deck has some silenceable target. Double Lightning Bolt, double Rock Biter weapon, still very standard, very useful. Um, Talnos, as always, very important together with the Lightning Storm. Double Flame Tongue Totem. Now double Flame Tongue Totem is much more core than it was before. Before I was thinking about cutting one because you had those games where you had double Flame Tongue Totem in your starting hand, and you will lose if you don't draw your squares, and even when you have your squares it's sometimes it was very bad. But now that you have the double Haunted Creepers, you will always have something on the board for the Flame Tongue Totem. It's much stronger now. And speaking of Haunted Creeper, I cut the Agent Squire. I think Agent Squire is a very weak card right now in Shaman deck because you have the Haunted Creeper. I see Haunted Creeper as a counter card to Squire. If you play a Shaman and we play a mirror match and you play an Agent Squire and I play an Haunted Creeper, I just kill your Agent Squire for free, and there's really not nothing you can do. Even if you have your cards, you can use an Earthshock. Even when you need like a spell power Earthshock, so I don't kill your Agent Squire. It's pretty crazy. I think this card is much stronger than an Agent Squire, even though it costs 2 mana. I think the Eggs are really good. It's like an AoE protection, and it can be comboed with the Flametongue Totem very easily, or with the Rockbiter weapon, or with the Arguses later on in the game. This is one weakness of the Shaman. Shaman is one of those classes you have to establish board control right on the tempo, and you have to protect your board control. Once your board gets wiped out, you're in a very bad spot because the Shaman doesn't really have a lot of recovery in terms of card draw, and Shaman doesn't really have efficient trades most of the time if you don't already have the board. So once you lose your board control, it's very hard to come back as a Shaman. And the Rubin eggs help a lot of the time because you just leave them alone if you don't trade them and proc the 4/4. If you get the 4/4s, you have crazy tempo, but even if you don't proc them, it's like a protection against board clear. It's a very strong card. And now you have more small minions. Like in the past, you used only double Agent Squire as small minions besides the totems for the Flame Tongue Totem. Now you have like 4 minions. It's like much better for the curve. Nice. Now the thing is, it has the same mana cost as a totem, and a lot of the times you will play a minion instead of playing a totem, but it still works out very fine. Double Fairy Spirit's pretty standard. The same with the Hex, double Lightning Storm. Now double Lightning Storm is also very core. I would never think of playing one Lightning Storm right now. It's just so many people play the Haunted Creepers and small minions. That I think that this card is very core. Like double Unbound Elemental, yeah, I like this card a lot. Some people prefer Harvest Golem over this. I think this card is stronger because it's a card you have to kill, especially when it has already one Overlord. One Unbound plus one Lightning Bolt is already too strong to leave it on the board. Yeah, you have to deal with it. Even before you use the Overlord card. Sometimes you can just play the mind games, you play the Unbound Elemental turn 3, and people are forced to remove it with Swipe or whatever. Because you could play the Spirit Wolves one turn later and this would get out of control very fast. So I think this card is very strong. Defender of Argus. Yeah, I have to play 2 now. I played only 1 Defender of Argus, but now that you have the X as well, I think Defender of Argus is way more important. And I don't play any other 4 drops because I play 2 defenders, and I don't basically have the room. Because I also have to play the Lore Tap now. Double as Shoe Drakes. I think this card is also very good in the Shaman deck. Some people play 1 as Shoe Drake now. Yeah, the card is just very strong in Shaman overall, especially like later on with the Lightning Storm. It's the same with Thanos. It's a guaranteed Lightning Storm. You can't always count on your spell power totem, and it gives your card draw. I mean, I don't even play a Mana Tide anymore just because I don't have the room in my deck. So some card draw is very important to have. Lower tap, this card is insanely strong. Like this card can be played in every deck, especially in Shaman, because if you have a board control and then you play lower tap, your board can be cleared next turn. It's insane. You will most of the time even have like enough damage for lethal if you have the Doomhammer, for example. It's a very very strong card. Most of you guys know it. It's very good against Miracle Rogue and also against Druid, against everything basically. When you play this card, you have a 5/5 on the board for one turn guaranteed most of the time. Double Fire Elemental, pretty standard. I play Deathwing instead of Alakir. This card can be changed for Alakir. I like to have some fun because I'm not that high ranked on NA yet because I just started climbing. And yeah, it is a board clear. When it goes to the super late game, I prefer this card over Alakir. I have the Doomhammer for the Rockbiter, which I saved. I don't need two cards. I always wanted to cut Alakir, but I wasn't sure like for which card has like late game potential, but it's better than Alakir. Yeah, I like Deathwing a lot because it is like a board clear at the same time. If this is like the last card you play from your deck, it's like the best card. A lot of people also cut BGH now because BGH is not that good of a card right now. And yeah, so most of the time when I play this card, it's very very good. I don't play it that often, but when I play it, it's very good. Okay, so let's jump into some games.